Hey everyone, and welcome back to Barbie Dolls of the Week. This week I've got lots of fun dolls to show you, so let's get started right away. So I want to start with this clone doll, and then I have a whole Barbie set to show you. That was from the 80s, and it was a Sears exclusive. Now there was their version of Barbie, and the top of this is coming off, so I'm just going to take it off for now. Their version of Barbie was Lindsay, so it had various Lindsay dolls, and in fact, I'm going to show you this one that came in this package. Here she is. Her hair's quite long, really, and loose. As you can see, it's probably not the best quality hair, but it's kind of a pretty doll. I always kind of like the face. Now I've got this one. Her body actually broke, and it may still be somewhere around here. I think actually I finally got rid of it, but I put her on a Barbie body because of that. So, and this outfit, I'm not sure where this outfit came from. It's getting a little faded somehow on the front, it looks like, or else it's just needing a wash. But anyway, that's Lindsay, and in this particular set, you had Lindsay and her sister, which I don't think they gave her a name, but Lindsay's 11.5 inch and the sister's 9 inch. And then they came with all this different jogging set, very 80s. This kind of, I don't know what that is, leg warmers and leotards, maybe for dance class. A lot of hangers and glasses, sunglasses, camera, sweater, pants, curlers. I mean, they had curlers, tennis rackets, very cheap ones that you see here. So some of this I've never even taken out of the box. Let me see what's in this little bag. More brushes, more hangers, shoes. The shoes don't stay on very well as usual. So anyway, that's her. Now I wanted to show you specifically today. I don't remember if I've shown her before. The little sister in the ballet outfit. So here she is in her little skirt and leotard, I guess they call that. Here's how they've got her hair, which I think is kind of cool. It's an interesting style with her little braids on the sides. Here's a closer view of her face. So she was kind of like, the generic skipper. Now, I purposely brought a skipper to show, to compare them. This one's box is open at the top, as you can see. So, not that they look a lot alike, but that was just their version of Skipper. Now, she's cute, and she's got a really interesting face. It's not the most expressive, and she's kind of looking to the side, which is interesting, because I think Lindsay does that too. Let me see. Well, sort of, but she's looking the other way, I think. Let me see. No, actually, they're both looking the same way. But Lindsay's more looking this way, and her sister's, no, actually, they are different, this way. So here they are together. I thought it was such a cute set. And by the way, let me set them down for a minute. There is the male doll in that series, just like Ken, and that is Sporty Craig. Now, I have this doll. I didn't bring him over, but this is what he looked like. There's a blonde version as well. And here's all that he came with. So, everything from scuba stuff, swim fins, snorkel mask, ping pong paddles, cassette player with headphones. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that in there, right there. You may not be able to see it very well, but that's where it is. And his little shorts. I think, let me see if those are the shorts. Yeah, they're actually loose in there right now. And his scuba fins, like I said, his whole tracksuit outfit is still in here. So this is Craig from that same series. I just wanted to show you the male version of the doll too. Let me grab Lindsay's little sister who fell almost into my cat's water. Actually, her hair is a little wet. My cat has a water bowl and food bowl right over there, actually. Okay, now, one other doll before we get into the main set for today, and that is this one. Now, I've never really been into the extra dolls, the Barbie extra dolls, but there was one doll in the series I really liked her face and her overall look, not her clothes so much, or things that she came with. But that's this one. So I just recently got her because I found a really good deal online with someone was selling her. She was actually still in the box, which obviously I deboxed her. Not the craziest about these barrettes in her hair, so I might take those out. But look at that face. I just think it's such a cool face. I don't know what face mold this is or anything like that, but yeah, I like it. Now, I wish her earrings would flatten out a bit, but I don't know. They look, I don't know. Do you think that looks okay with them sticking out like that? It seems like they should go this way, but they don't want to stay that way, like that. Anyway, that's how they are. They could probably come out. Now, I'm not terribly, I don't hate her outfit, but I don't like it very much. Also, I'm not a fan, as you might remember, of these type of bodies made to move, I guess this is, or very articulated. So I'd like to get a different body for her, or put her on another doll's body. I have a few of these, and I probably just would like to sell them because I'm just not into them. This one happens to be a curvy one, which I think might be more sought after. I don't know. Does anybody know? Does that tend to be more sought after? Probably not as many of them. So just wanted to show you this doll since I got her. By the way, she came with several things, including this, I guess that's supposed to be a lollipop. And then this bizarre little alligator-like creature. I don't get that, but okay. It's interesting. We'll just say that. So, okay, now on to the main set for today. I want to go back in time and talk about some dolls that were from around 1983, and let me check the date on these. Yep, exactly. Box date 83, so my memory was right this time. So I just showed you this earlier, but the skipper I recently got from this set. So as you can see, this is the Sun Gold Malibu skipper and Barbie and Can PJ set. And there's about 5 or 6 in it, maybe something like that. Because I think there's a Hispanic Ken in this one, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there's an African American Ken. I'll have to see. But anyway, this is Skipper. And since she's loose, I'll go ahead and take her out. I got her, like I said, fairly recently, just because her legs are a little sticky. But might have to put some powder on her legs or something. But yeah, they're definitely sticky, so I'm going to hold her by her arms. So I like these bathing suits. I think they're kind of cool. But I didn't realize, or I forgot, that hers is a blue base at the bottom, or blue bottom part of the bathing suit. Let's put her back in this box. Okay, and then we'll look at the others. Now this is the Barbie, and these are not open, and I don't plan to open them, but I am going to take a little duster here at the top because they could use it while I have them out. So this is Barbie from the series that you see here. They also had these little bags that also rolled out to be towels, and they came with, I guess, 2-3 pairs of sunglasses, it looks like. I see her towels in there and maybe a pair of sunglasses. I don't know if you're sure if these come with more than one. Oh, it does say right here, 3 pairs of sunglasses. So yeah, that's interesting. Now, as you can see, Skipper has hers the other way around, so you could have it more than one way. So, Barbie, oh, and there's the one on her head, of course, the glasses. There's that, and then there's probably 2 in another pack. This is kind of a pretty Barbie. I actually like this better than the Sunsational Malibu Barbie. I don't really like that one very much. I have it, but I didn't bring it over today. So that's the Barbie in that set. And then let's go to the, oh yeah, oh that's right, okay. This is the African American Barbie, and it answered the question, by the way, was there an African American Ken? There he is, I thought so. I don't know that I have him. I didn't see him unless, I saw a Ken that I didn't bring over, so I assumed it was the blonde Ken. I don't think I have the African American now that I think about it. I may have to look for that one. By the way, if you look at the back of this skipper has her hair in a braid, so I don't know if there are 2 different versions or not, because sometimes there were in some of these beach Barbies. But yeah, this is the can't see her very well in the box, and she's all taped up. She could use a little adjusting at the top as well. And yes, you see I just use this Swiffer to do that. Yeah, she's really pretty. I like this face. It's kind of, I guess it's not like the Golden Dream Christie, but or Mrs. Hart, but it's a similar kind of face. Not quite the same though. And then I also have, well, and there's a Hispanic Ken. Now I could have sworn I had that Ken. I don't think I have the African American, but you know, when you have as many dolls as some of us do, you sometimes forget which ones you have, and that's why it's good to get these out on occasion when they're not being displayed and show them. Now, as you can see, her head is tilted. She saw something really interesting, and her neck got stuck there. No, I'm just kidding. But she's got the same, they all have the same basic bathing suit, which I don't know if you noticed, but it cinches at the waist. Well, let me say that differently. If you look at this picture, I guess that's sort of cinching, but it's cut on the side, so it was kind of daring for the time, I think. You know, a real woman, that might show more than the doll shows. So, here she is in the picture, by the way. She's got really curly hair and, you know, similar face to what I've seen on some other dolls. Now, let me look at this African American one again. On the side, by the way, it shows this view, and here on the back she is. So I like this set a lot, but my favorite female doll is definitely PJ. She's just beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. Actually, I don't think the picture does her justice this time. Now, I have one that I'm 99% sure is the same PJ. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, because as I look at them, they don't actually look the same. But I thought this was her. It could be, but you know, once it's out of the box, sometimes the lips change color, and I don't have my reading glasses on to really compare their faces. But the lip color is completely different, so I don't know. Maybe this is not her, but I still really like this doll, whoever she is. I mean, she's a PJ, but I meant which PJ. Now, there's not a lot of PJs from back then like this, so, but she could be from, you know, one of the other bathing suit series, and since she's straight-armed, she probably is a bathing suit. Now, PJ just has a silver versus the gold the other dolls have. Of course, that's the Sun Gold, so I'm kind of surprised they put her in silver, but it really is silver. Now, the cellophane on this is a little yellowed, so it almost has a gold cast to it, but it's silver. And you can tell that when she's sitting here, too. Here she is on the side. But she's just, I mean, look at this face. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love some of these PJ and Whitney dolls from back then, the 80s, I mean. And she shows, you know, it's interesting, she's showing a pink towel inside. I wonder if that is what she has. I can't really see it in there. And like I said, this don't open without ungluing it, so I'm not going to do that. But, yeah, these are a really cool set. And actually, I'm going to check real quick and see which Ken I have over there. I'm going to pause. Okay, that's what I thought. It was the blonde Caucasian Ken that you see here on the back. Which, by the way, this was sold at Ben Franklin, which was a drugstore, I believe. I remember they did have those around here at some point. Not for long, it didn't seem like. Let's see what the price says. $5.97. So, you know, when you would buy these at a normal store, you could, like, I mean, when I say normal, I mean a discount store like Walmart, Kmart at the time was still open, Target or Airway, whichever. And, you know, they might be $3.99 or $4.99. But here, because it was a drugstore, it was $5.97. It's always more expensive there, it seemed like. Around here, at least. So, yeah, nothing real special about this Ken. He's a typical blonde 80s Ken. But I just thought I'd show him since So yeah, I don't see the Hispanic or African American Kens in that series. Now, I want to also show you a few from the Sunsational Malibu series, or really just two, it looks like, that I found today that I want to show, because like I said, the regular Barbie I'm just not a big fan of. The Sunsational Malibu PJ, I'm pretty sure I have her. In fact, I'm going to look again real quick. Okay, I'm not finding them, but I know. So the Malibu Christie I have up on that shelf there. I should have gotten her down, but I didn't. So that's her there. I've shown her many times, or several times. She's in that yellow bathing suit with the reddish-orange trim. Very pretty doll. So is this one. Now this one's face, let's look at this again. Hold on a second. You're looking at her. Let's compare her to this one. So it's the same face on these two, and look how straight her hair is in this picture. Now, it's not like that on the doll, so that's interesting. If you compare, this to this, see a big difference. But the hair on this one is more like this picture. So yeah, there's that one. And on the back, you see PJ, who I have at least out of the box. I don't know if I have one. The Malibu Skipper, I don't think I have, and that's okay. I'm not really looking for her. But see, I think I had this one too. So maybe it was one of these two, Sunsational Malibu Ken and Barbie. And even in this picture, her hair is really straight. So they must have gone a different direction after that. Or maybe they did sell some with the straight. I mean, probably you could straighten this with a boil wash, but it's fine as is. And then this doll is the other one in the series I definitely wanted to show today. Got some plastic breakage here. And let me dust the top of his. Boy, these get dusty on top. So I'm just dusting as I go, like I said. But this one is the highly sought after Sunsational Malibu Ken, African American with the rooted hair. This is, let's see if I can take him. Let's see if he'll slide out. Oh yeah, I'll just slide him out this much for now. Here's a really good view of his upper part, and these were, let me see when these were from, 81, so these are 2 years before that other series, but really a cool doll this one was. It's probably the first African American Ken they did, certainly with rooted hair, that I'm aware of. If anybody knows one earlier, let me know. But of course, before that you had Brad and Curtis, and probably other African American Kens that I'm not thinking of. But this is the first one with rooted hair that I believe that they had. And you got a good picture of him here. His sunglasses, which are more the mirrored type. And, he would go with that Malibu Christie I was telling you about, as far as, the picture. So, that's him. And then one last doll today. We've had a lot, haven't we? I just want to show this because she never gets any love, it seems like. And she's in this box that's hanging open and not in good shape on top. Like, I don't know what happens to the top, but this is Gift Giving Barbie, and so she's a gift that somebody can give at the time, could have given, or really still could. Let's just look at her out of the box, since her box is open, and there goes her little gift and some tape that fell. But she's just a really pretty Barbie from the time. Actually, she's loose, so we can just hold her. I like this outfit. It's cute. She has the wonderful 80s jewelry still in, the earrings, of course, and the ring. She doesn't have a necklace. I think that would have been a little too much with all this ruffle. It's kind of its own necklace in a way, or the look of a necklace. Her hair's loose. Doesn't really smell like new hair. It smells like kind of a little musty. But she still looks gorgeous. And I love the pink and purple. Look how pink her skirt is underneath. And then you've got this purple. So I'm not sure why she's in this outfit, but let me see if she had any shoes. If so, I'm not seeing them. Let me see if they fell possibly with this gift. Nope, this is just a little gift box. So, I don't know what happened to her shoes. Surely she had shoes. In fact, here's a picture of all her little accessories, so they are missing. Maybe they're in that, I showed you guys some videos back, picture of all the different accessories. That could be where they are, but in like a separate pack of that. But anyway, I just wanted to show her because I don't think I have before, and if I have, she's worth seeing again. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video with a lot of fun dolls, starting with those Sears clone dolls, Lindsay, Craig, and the little sister that doesn't seem to have a name, so we'll call her, I don't know, Kathy. Little Kathy. I had a sister named Kathy, so we'll name her Kathy. And, all these other dolls from the 2 different lines that I showed you, plus a little Gift Giving Barbie here. The 80s were such a fun time for Barbie, and they still are a lot of fun Barbies, of course, but it's just, a lot of people started in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and on, and of course I was one of them, and it was such a fun time to collect Barbie. And I'm so glad that that's when I started collecting Barbie. So, have a great week. I'll see you next time on Barbie Dolls of the Week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.